It started as a normal camping trip for me. I was 13 at the time, and I was the loner of my life, and I enjoyed being alone, and going on little trips into the woods. Whilst I was in the woods, I used to like to do some reading and other little things. I used to like to leave in the middle of the night and hide among the trees, thinking I was a ninja or something like that. When I went out to play in the trees, I didn't have to come back because it was dark and everyone was asleep. So, I snuck out to see the creek in the moonlight, and so I was walking there I was supposed to be asleep, and I wasn't very bright, and realizing I had no idea where I was. So I stopped and heard crunching behind me. I looked and saw a mountain lion inching a good 30 feet away to my left side. I stumbled and tripped, and I noticed it heard me fall, and stared at me. I screamed and jumped up and ran, not knowing if it's following me. I ran to a small graveyard and fell over a tomb, to feel an ice-cold hand grab me by the ruff of my wrist. This was the true horror. I was then yanked to my feet and pulled. The mountain lion jumped out of the trees and was still heading for me, but I was still being pulled. I was yanked all the way back to camp, and fell about 1 foot from the fire. That's when my rescuer yelled at me. "You stupid-ass motherfucker." I looked up because I knew that voice. It was Beth, my older sister. She had been following me like she does when I left, and I noticed something in the graveyard. Not an animal, but a large man wearing a hoodie. She said he was walking my way fast, and so if it wasn't for my sister, I would probably not be alive, even if she doesn't know how much she saved me from him. She then looked in my eyes and said, "Not a word about this to Mom." I shook my head knowing we would never tell anyone about our trip in the woods. This horrible camping trip.